We are live with Rene from El Sereno.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're playing with this radio. So what have we got here, Sergio?
We got the Midland CB radio, distress signal. It has 22 channels, AM, FM, rechargeable battery, and tuning, weather channel as well, and crank. Yes, it does have a crank charge. Whenever your batteries go out, feel free to crank and ask for the infantry to come in and send you air support.
So is it scanning for a chip?
Oh, there it
There
is.
it is. Breaker, Pancho Villa 1, over. Repeat, over. Copy that. This is Doomsday Prepper 1 to Doomsday Prepper 2, over. Any paisas in your section? We're not catching anything, dude. All right, wow. So this is a cool little unit, dude. So this was from Amazon.
Yeah, $89.
Cool, dude.
Got to get ready.
Too bad we didn't catch the earlier conversations, man. They were very, what's the word I'm looking for?
Colorful.
Thank you. Very colorful. You have some very colorful neighbors, Sergio.
Animated.
They're animated. Wow. Cool, dude. Yeah, it seems to be scanning, dude. It's not really like locking on anything. How long have you had this for?
This is day 3.
Really? For 3 days?
Yeah.
So have you had conversation with people on it?
That's the first conversation anybody's ever had on it.
Oh, really? Nobody's really like tried to find anybody or anything?
I don't want to give up our location. This is a base camp radio. This is base.
This is base camp 1.
Yeah, base camp 1, exactly.
Awesome, dude. Awesome, man. I gotta get me one. But it wouldn't reach to my location from here, probably. Right?
No, it's 10-mile radius.
10 miles?
Yeah.
I might be 10 miles away from you.
I think it's more than that.
I'll just be on the safe side. Could be anything.
I think the packaging or description said more than that.
Cool, dude. Well, I wish, somebody would, like, answer back and we'd have a conversation with this whole coronavirus, but nobody seems to be.
Yeah, pandemic, doomsday preppers.
We got the doomsday preppers.
We got the light. We got the
I
distress
think we should
signal.
just keep talking.
Well, I gotta say, it's interesting how I have watched doomsday prepper shows, and depending on your philosophy or depending on what you fear, people have had different scenarios where there's like a good one. For example, even if it's not from the military, because obviously the military, they could emit a magnetic pulse and it would just fry everything. There'd be no electricity, there'd be no radios, no cell phones. We'd be out of luck. And that's the military doing that. So check this out. If the sun were to emit a magnetic pulse, naturally, same scenario. The whole planet would be fried. And that's just the sun. So the sun does its own thing. So one of the scenarios that I saw, really interesting. I think this guy was on a boat, and because he was on a steel boat, and because the plating on the boat was really thick, he's safe. So any and all electronic devices inside his boat, whether it be from the sun or the military, he would still have a radio. He'd have running water. He had his own water filtration system. I think it was him, his wife, and like 2 kids. I don't know, it was like 4 people on a ship. And so they're ready for like specifically like a magnetic pulse. Other people that are for doomsday set up things like they will buy a container, or they'll dig 20, 30 feet underground, set up a bunker below ground. So whether nuclear bombs or whatever, um, of the economic collapse, which we kind of did have in 2008, 2009. A lot of these June preppers are like ready for that specific scenario, whether they have food, gold, silver, whatever. Should there be like an economic meltdown? And and there was this one really interesting guy that I saw. He was a doomsday prepper. He basically had like he had his dog, he had some rifles, he had some guns, and it's so interesting that he's like, I'm set up for a doomsday scenario, but I think there's something out there, and it's like I thought about that guy, and I'm like dude, I've seen 10, 15 different shows with 10 different scenarios. What could be a scenario? Perfect scenario what's happening today, a pandemic, a virus, which none of these doomsday preppers that I saw, not one of them mentioned or thought about it. So like when this one doomsday prepper that I saw, he's like, I think there's like one or two scenarios that nobody's thinking of that could happen. And the guy was like, obviously, again, food, ammo, um, obviously guns, and just the security surveillance around his perimeter, his house, and all that. I was like really impressed. Like this guy, like really, but that was the kicker. No wife, no kids, just himself, just him and his dog.
Well, I mean, there's so many different scenarios that could happen that you could not be prepped enough, really. Like, there's, you'd
Good
have to
argument.
have a lot of money, first of all. You have to be in a place where you'd have access to water and sunlight. Like you have to still grow food. You have to still have a water source.
That's like number one. How you're saying for doomsday preppers,
Water is number one.
they'll have food,
Right.
they'll have food, they'll have guns, they'll have ammo. But yes, you are correct. Do they have sufficient amount of water? And that was like one of the more impressive ones that I saw, where this guy had an excellent amount of food, this big boat, um, again specifically for like a magnetic pulse, his own water desalination process. So he had the ocean; he was never going to run out of water. So I'm just like, wow. So it just again, it just depends on different scenarios, and
Right.
here
And
we
then
are.
they're on a boat, so they could end up in a really bad tsunami and just
And,
die.
oh, thank you. That was another scenario that I saw with this one guy and his girlfriend. It's like